Boy, today was one of the days, so unpredictable. The weather was unpredictable. It went from sunny to rainy. We went from not having a COVID shot to getting our COVID shot. We planned out the next step of our muffler that's going to go on the FZR, the muffler project. I checked out to see if I still had all the parts I needed and brackets and mid-pipe. Looks like everything's a go on that. We just need some weather and some time to do it. And because we spent a big chunk of the day over at the COVID center getting our COVID shots, I really didn't get a chance to start anything today, but I did get a chance to go by and pull out some old footage of the FZR when it was first restored. And when it was first restored, it was just so much fun. The first day I took it out, went up to a Bikes and Breakfast, and it was just so much fun. It felt like I had a brand new bike. Didn't have a scratch or a bug on it, and I was riding the wheels off it with Mark Morgan. And well, that's more of a story for later in the video. But if you don't know the whole story, the first day out with the FZR, it's quite a story. But first, we have some stuff I want to share from our normal shop day, and then we'll get into that FZR ride. But this was an eclectic day. So last night I did meet with Jason on the porch. He has an FZR that has a starting clutch issue. I called Vince. Vince gave me some good information. Luciano gave me some good information. I loaned him the shop manual. I don't know if I can be of any bigger help to him. He really needed to know how big of a job it was going to be to replace the starter clutch. Now, I haven't had a starter problem with this. I had to replace the starter in the R1, but not in this bike. So we've had other issues with this. The fuel pump went bad last summer. That's how we have the MT-09, of course. But this bike has just been pretty bulletproof, even through track days and even through just riding around Bear Mountain there for many years. But anyway, the thing I wanted to share today is a very special day. We finally, after being canceled 4 times, and the last choice was we were going to have to drive to Gloucester County, about 92 miles each way, to get our COVID shot. Well, yesterday, late in the day, actually while Jason was here, they confirmed that we are now going to go to Teaneck to get our shot. It's only a 10-minute ride away. So what it means is I am not going to go riding today, because one of the things they say is after you get the shot you may feel woozy, or, you know, I'm pretty woozy most of the time if I don't have my coffee even. But the point is, once I get the shot, the first shot anyway, then I'll have the appointment for the second one taken care of. So once I get that out of the way, there's other things I have planned. Now, Luciano and I want to have a 2-stroke day, hopefully on a weekend when we can go up and do our thing with it. He's got his H1 ready to go, I have the RD ready to go. I want to get a riding day on this just because I worked on the carbs. I want to make sure everything's okay before I go off to California or somewhere. And actually, I've been riding the MT, and I have to be honest about this, I've been riding the MT-09 so much because I love it. And on these slippery roads full of salt and wet spots and cold, it's been really, really fun to ride. So, but sooner or later, spring is coming, we got a market meetup coming. I got to get back to having a pitch and rotation here. But the MT-09 has gotten me through salty roads and everything as safe as possible. So, it's a special day. Jason, I hope what we did, the time we spent on a porch yesterday, it's going to be working in your favor. You'll be able to do it. I don't know what else would be appropriate, but you're kind of a member of the A-team already, whether you like it or not. But now it's going to be your turn to bite a pizza pie, especially if you get the bike running. But anyway, Jason and I did have a great time, and it's always good to add somebody to our group of friends that has a passion for motorcycles, especially a passion for older bikes. His is a 96, by the way, and the manual, I think he said 96, 94. Anyway, it covered the manual. Luckily, the manual covered it, and it didn't look like it was a big job, but it's always good to have the manual. That's the lesson of the day. I had to wait patiently for Karen. She's got a list of stuff she wants to do before we head out for the COVID shot. My grandson's coming over today, and today's the first day we're going to have the puppy at our house, so we don't know if we're going to... He's a wild animal too, believe me. I don't know if Karen's going to keep him on the porch or we're going to just keep him in the backyard or whatever. I don't know, but I've actually gone through a long winter. Today I really feel like it's spring. We're going to change the wreaths in the house. The fish are starting to eat. it actually feels like spring, and I can't tell you how. I'll feel even better once I get my shot today. So all the things that we worked for all winter are coming together, and I think very soon we are going to have the riding season to end all riding seasons. And a couple of loose ends I have. I still can't mount the back wheel to the GS. The wheel is done. I need to get the sprocket from Vlad, and as always, he's running a big business. I understand it's difficult for him to break away. We need to spend a day together anyway doing some other projects. But that's a whole other issue. Joe has had some personal things in his life that he's not going to be able to come get the parts when he thought he would. But I don't have to feed him either. And I remember what, and Najat will remember this. We had Ducati parts hanging here like it was a laundry for, I think, for 3 years. They were all his track day, Ducati track day parts that he painted. And actually, he learned a lot about paint. That's the whole purpose of the A-Team. It's why I like to try to help out people like Jason and people that really, really love their motorcycles. It's not just a casual thing on a summer day, I'll go for a ride around a block. People that get up in the morning and eat, dream, and sleep motorcycles. Now, some people ask me why I have this pond. It's such a lot of work and such a pain in the neck, and it is. But in the spring when the fish start eating, they let me touch their noses. Oh, you guys are so hungry. Oh. They are a lot of fun. And as of today, they start their eating regimen for the year. They are really relaxing in the evening to come out here with a cup of coffee and just hang out with the fish. And we worked in Karen's garden yesterday too. We're going to be working in it this afternoon some. These are the first little blooms we have. These are alliums that are coming. We planted bulbs in the fall. These are really beautiful flowers. They're going to be coming up. Oh, they're coming up. They're already coming up. But working on the garden with Karen, so much fun. And this really is the beginning of not only the riding season. It's nice, the riding season and the gardening season and the fish eating season all start at the same time. And this is what makes this all worthwhile, to maintain the bikes all winter, because you know spring is coming. And spring is today. It's today at last. Oh my God, I can't wait. Now at least once a month I come out, let all the bikes get up to operating temperature, let them run. I do that about once a month. Hopefully on a day like today when I have a lot of errands to do. And it's good to let each one run and bring it right up to operating temperature. And I think today we just need an extra cup of coffee. We got a lot of little stuff to do. Even on a no riding day, we're busy. Yeah, we're closing in on the end of the working season here. Well, so far anyway. And Joe, I know you got things going on in your family, but believe me, your parts are going to be here when you're ready to pick them up. And I do enjoy oogling them every day. Makes me feel like I own a Ducati. Well, I own parts of one anyway. So this is Buddy's first trip to the Ertnowski house. Hey, Buddy. Buddy, baby. We actually have been having some lunches and breakfast out on a porch already, but it's still pretty cold. We're just forcing the issue. A boy and his puppy. Oh my God, a boy and his puppy. What's he doing, eating your pants?
Oh, no.
No, let him, let him. Nap.
It's time for his nap. It doesn't look like he's ready to nap to me.
Grammy, this is the time where he naps.
Is this his family nap or what? Just a daily nap? One of Karen's little errands today. Before I do anything, I got to change the wreath. It is officially, we're done. We're ready to start the riding season. Of course, the lovely Mrs. Artnowski has a wreath for every season and every occasion. We're buried in wreaths here, baby. You might think I'm kidding, but we have a whole attic room full of wreaths for every occasion and pillows for every occasion, and I love it. Anyway, today's the day, the first day we're going to put this stuff out. So now we know for sure it will not snow. I can put the snowblower away for the year, because Karen says once the spring wreath goes up, it cannot snow. I better get the shovel out. On this rainy day, it's time to go get the COVID shot. I can't wait after all these delays. Yeah, you get a free Happy Meal. Free Happy Meal with every vaccine. Look at that. So this was pretty painless. After 4 cancellations and just a very frustrating couple of days, we finally get our shot. Well, it's good to be home, and that actually went pretty well. I shouldn't complain at all. And tomorrow is supposed to be another riding day. Yay! So this played out very well today. The only problem with the day is that COVID thing did absorb a chunk of the day, and we had some errands to do, but I'm going to put on the end of this video some real nice footage I have from when the FZR was freshly restored and we were riding the wheels off it. And it brought back a lot of good memories when I looked at that video. I'm going to include some on the end of this. The problem is now I need to have some test time. I have 3 mufflers for this bike. I have a Yoshimura that's very loud. I have the Norton and the R6 one. Now, what I want to do is, I have the one from Luciano that Luciano donated. I want to try it, but the mid-pipe has to be changed. I have to get another mid-pipe before I'm going to be able to change that out. So I've kind of put this on the back burner for now. But, again, I really want to get it done before the summer gets here. I'd like to have that project in the bank. But what really is always the problem is you come out to the garage, and the MT-09 is sitting here, and it says... It just talks to you and it says, you know, I have traction control, I have ABS, and I'm brand new. Ride me. And I don't have the willpower most days to say no, but summer's coming. We got to get back to our normal pitching rotation. And it has been a brutal winter. I'm glad to see the fish are already eaten. And one by one, I'm going to get the bikes polished up, cleaned up. They've all been maintained with battery charging. So I've started them religiously, kept them running through the winter, and now it's time to cash in the chips. So the way this day played out, and we really didn't have a lot of control over it, that vaccine thing, that was pretty military operation. I really liked that. I was afraid we were going to be there all day. It was pretty reasonable. But anyway, here's my point. Every day is different than the day before. Today is no different. I'm excited about, more than ever, about, this is the last project I have, the GS Wheels, Joe's project, and getting this onto the FZR will pretty much round out the winter season, and I'm ready to start riding every day and getting my exercise in. And I'm glad I got this all polished up ahead of time. Now, the thing and I spoke to Jason about this yesterday, but it's good general information. When I first got the bike from Luciano, and from Luciano when I got it together, from a guy right in his neighborhood too, in fact, we got it cheap, so that didn't matter. But it was really in rough condition, had flames painted on it like a Harley, and it was just a mess. It's been restored, and I'm going to put that video right at the end of this, right after it was restored. That really floated my boat. But of course, the first restoration was we painted it red, made it the Ferrari bike for 5 years. Everybody had a lot of fun with that thing. That was going on. It was a nice evil twin. Then I did the Kenny Roberts thing that's on there now. And during that whole time, though, I had changed the muffler. I went from the Yoshimura muffler, which was really loud. I don't know about that. And the Norton, which has a really crisp sound, but it's still loud. The R6 muffler, I'm not sure. Again, I need more riding on that, but ultimately, this is the one I think is going to have that good balance between a nice rumbling sound and a nice, well, that I can get through these populated areas, because we don't ride in Harriman Park anymore. Harriman Park, you could ride with open exhaust before the COVID. Now, not going to happen. There's just, I don't know where they get all these park rangers from, and their radar detector never gives you a break. So anyway, having the bikes quieter over the last year or so was one of my goals. I changed the mufflers on several of the bikes. Every time I did it, I was happier than having a loud bike. Now up in these populated areas, I don't feel like I'm disturbing anybody. And then as soon as we get into where there's no houses, you can have do all the things you want to do. Lean it, do wheelies, whatever. I just find that when you're stealth, you get away with a lot more. Between the radar detector and having a quiet muffler, you really got the odds stacked in your favor. So this is the next part of the project. We're going to start this. I don't want to end this, especially today. And I personally thank every one of the people I came in contact with down at that healthcare center from Holy Name Hospital. They were great, every one of them. And thank you guys so much. Thank you to all the people that have made this possible and kept my family safe. And hopefully we're all going to get through this very soon. And we're all going to be back riding, hanging out, oogling each other's bikes and being jealous of who's got the most money and whatever. Who knows where that's going to go at our age anyway. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I try to make something interesting every day and share parts of my life. Maybe that some other people don't share at all. It's okay. I hope you do enjoy the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. And enjoy this little FZR outtake thing it was from a couple of years ago. It's interesting footage, and it brings back great memories of the summer before the COVID. Here are some great memories of the FZR, and since we're thinking about the FZR and Jason today, I thought this would be a good time to put this on. Right after it was restored, it was freshly restored, a 900-hour restoration. And the weather was absolutely beautiful. I decided I'd spend the day up in Chester, have lunch up there, cruise around the whole day. I had a whole free day. I remember this day well. As always, the bike was right on the edge the whole day. A lot of fun to ride. I used up more than one tank of gas. I remember even buying gas, but it was a memorable summer day. And this was a beautiful summer day, a beautiful ride up to Chester. And I know we were experimenting with some different camera mounts, and we had the old SJ cam, not the GoPro we got from the Jot, so some of this footage is not as good as it is now. And another thing, we didn't have the wind slayer figured out back then either. And the sound of that Norton muffler, love it. Oh, I just never get sick of riding this bike. It's amazing. Now, I put almost 20,000 miles on this bike in 7 or 8 years I've owned it. And it took me a long time to set it up to my liking, but I finally got it. And this bike has been part of my life. I would not want to not have that part of my And thank you, Luciano, for finding this, and it was near his house. And after all these years, I still look forward to a ride on the FZR. And with summer just around the corner, this is a great memory. This was really an exceptional day. The weather, even though it clouded up late in the ride, doesn't look like it's even going to rain now. Weatherman was totally wrong. What can I say? That area up around Chester, beautiful back roads, some place where you can really get on the gears, and it's just a great. This part of the country is a great place to ride if you like elevation changes, twisty roads, back roads. You just got to find these roads, and you got to do it on days that there's not a lot of traffic. We're coming up on the leaf peeping season, so what happens when the leaves start changing, there's going to be a lot more people in this area. So we have to go further and further north and to get this lack of people that I like. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this ride and all the rides, and boy, when I look back, was this bike ever worth restoring? There's never a time I ride this bike I don't come home and go, oof. When Luciano found this, it was a dumpster bike, but who knew the life it was going to have? Again, the restoration is all on my channel, so I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. And those were some really, really memorable days of the FZR, and for people that might not be familiar with the whole history of the FZR, my FZR, and I thought today was a good day to share this stuff. I had the day of the restoration when it was finished. I took it up to Bear Mountain with Mark Morgan, and we coming down. So we stopped to see the bicycle accident, and when I got back on the bike and went around a little hairpin at the bottom of the mountain, there was a bunch of sand, and I dumped the bike. Had to repaint half of the bike after a 900-hour restoration. But these are great memories, and that bike to me, I have never gone out with that bike and not had an exciting day. Some are not that memorable, like the day it broke down. But I guess in 8-9 years it broke down once. I guess that's not too bad. And 3 years of track time and whatever. FZR, one of my favorites. One of Luciano's favorites. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video, and thanks so much for watching.